Okay, let's do this. Pepe, let's do this. I'm going to hire Felix. I'm seriously hiring Felix. And welcome back to the Inside. I'm up here. Hi, guys. Hi. Hey, everyone.
Yes, sir. You're not gonna hit me.
I'm in this little corner up here. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Inside Star Citizen Review. Every single week we do this. In fact, we've been doing this for approximately, I'd say probably 312 weeks we've been doing this. And we've had content creators in here. We've had developers, Cloud Imperium developers sit in with us. We've had so many different people sit in with us to just chill out that it is, I think, a staple to the development of this game. I would just like to say thank you for everybody that show up here live and support the show on YouTube. As a highlight, please, if you're watching on YouTube, click the like button and keep it up. Thank you very much. Now let us get serious business on Inside Star Citizen Arena Reborn Part 2. Okay? All right. I kind of wanted a server meshing part 2, but we'll deal with this. What's up, Tech? What's up? Yeah.
Dominator.
All right. All right. Let's see what's up here.
I'm still here, still trying to learn what all the buttons do. So while I'm at it, let's not waste any more of your time and get you all right into part 2 of this enormous Arena Commander update that's scheduled to make its way to you in the upcoming Alpha 320. And I'll be right here when you get back. Do your best Jared impersonation.
Oh, I don't want
Last time on Inside Star Citizen.
Just yell really loud. Last time on Inside Star Citizen. I don't even know what accent that was.
Are you excited to be doing 2 ISCs in a row?
He's
It
terrified.
took me over 80 minutes in what we had only scheduled to be an hour to film.
Wow.
It was probably
Quick.
a 15-minute episode. I'm sorry. Especially to Jared's team. Sorry, guys. It's awesome to be getting
What's up,
such
Jilted?
attention shone on Arena Commander, and I'm excited to finally bring it up to
We want the show
what
on
I
physics,
believe
but we do want
it
that.
has potential to be. I get pinged like every other week asking to put atmosphere in Arena Commander, and now they finally have it, they can stop whining. They're going to whine about something else. I can't stop the whining, but I hope you liked it. So last ISC, we talked
Good to
a lot
see
about
ya.
flight, but there's 2 other major parts that we want to be talking about here. And the first is FPS combat. So
Okay.
FPS combat in Arena Commander is so important because you need a place to practice shooting each other without actually dying for real like you do in the Persistent Universe. So we need to make that experience as close to the Persistent Universe while still having it be fun and unique. So you
I haven't played that in ages, man. Even at its best, I had difficulty. Even at its best, I had difficulty with it.
access Star Marine game modes exactly the same as
Were
we
you
showed last
really,
week with the new
Ryu?
front end, new
Damn,
lobby
Ryu
system,
says he was top
and
10, man.
jump straight into the action.
Good to see you, Ryu. Welcome home, dude.
So with our existing maps, the VFX team are helping us out and doing a pass over everything. So it might not be finalized in the footage that you're seeing here,
Wook says it
but
played
we're
Star
excited
Marine
to
once.
see where they can take it and
Wook says he hasn't played Star Marine once. He's calling Star Marine the PU. Us hardcore PvPers, that's what we call it.
uplift all of our levels because they're in need of a facelift. And we've been working hard on fixing a lot of the bugs and frustrations across the maps.
How about the
All I know is they
DC?
did a lot of bug fixes recently. I don't know, we're not meant to just say bug fixes. Fixing.
How about fixing everything? How about fixing everything to make the experience better? If they can make this experience like a battlefield experience, I'll have a good time.
doors that weren't meant to be there, resolving the fact that you could just smash through the glass which you're not meant to be able to smash through.
It became too janky for me as well.
Elimination, which is
I didn't mind
this.
Listen. I didn't mind going outside in space and floating around. That was cool. Like, I thought that jam was cool. I had way too much desync. Put a 1 in chat if you had so much desync that you never came back. I mean, every time I would go into it to check up what was going on, nobody'd be playing. There'd be nobody playing. You know, and it was like, why is this even here? And then we heard Sean Tracy talk about theaters of war and blah, 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 blah.
Elimination, which is bad. Being able to get into areas you shouldn't be able to get into.
BF4. BF4 limitless.
We've got a variation.
The best battlefield, BF4.
On a fan favorite, Echo 11. We're introducing that to elimination. Echo 11 is quite a big map for control. For elimination, we've tightened it up. We've cut off access to the D room and some of A room and made it a little bit smaller so that the action can be more compact and suitable for elimination. So last week we showed off Security Post Korea being introduced to dogfighting maps, but we've also introduced it to FPS maps, so you'll be able to play elimination, control, and some of the new game modes.
How jank is it?
On Korea itself.
How jank is it?
So to recap, for Star Marine, you'll be able to play on the Good Doctor, a larger version of Echo 11 for control, small one for elimination, and the same for Damien and get Damien
new
comms,
maps. These have
as
always
well
been,
as Security Post Korea.
Star Marine's always been around, but I think they're talking about new maps.
So with the Good Doctor, at some point along the line, all the trees disappeared. So Design of went in and restored that, so it's back in this beautiful oasis area that it's meant to be in, and fixed the lighting and various other issues that just happened over time. I don't know how. And now Good Doctor's looking beautiful again. So Star Marine is a personal favorite of mine. I love FPS combat, and I'm so excited to be working on more additions to the FPS area of Arena Commander. And that leads us to something I'm super excited to talk about, and that's experimental modes.
Experimental modes are important because it allows us to get back into what the real meaning of Arena Commander used to be, which is playtesting and making sure that things that are made for the PU and Arena Commander and Squadron work the way they're meant to. It allows us to put stuff into a testing environment where we can quickly check if just something works the way we want it to, essentially.
Somewhere along the line, we lost that, and when we formed the Arena Commander feature team, we knew that Arena Commander has to stand on its own and have these flagship game modes and new things that are unique to Arena Commander, but we still want to support the persistent universe and other ventures that we go on. Experimental modes are important to us because it gets things in your hands quicker. Instead of waiting for these big, huge game modes to release, we can...
Yes, I agree with that. I mean, like, if you can have like smaller skirmishes and you know, BR kind of combat and capture the flag type things with Arena Command with Star Marine, and we can get into like having a smooth experience, I think that'd be a positive thing. I would like to see that if they could do it. I mean, it's better than the desync and everything we're experiencing, possibly, or possibly the experience would be better than the PU and the experiences we're having over there. I don't know if it's the same thing repackaged with different, you know, gift wrapping, and it looks shiny on the outside, but it's still poo-poo on the inside. I'm going to be very upset.
You can test things out periodically for a day, a week, a month, and get it into your hands sooner rather than later.
That's what I think irritated.
So let's dive in and take a look at some of the experimental modes that we have been working on. The first experimental mode is single weapon elimination, so you can jump in with
siege mission
what will be pistols at first.
Yeah.
From a developer's standpoint, single weapon elimination gives us the opportunity to really test weapons that we want to get tested. It allows us to check every single part of the weapon balancing and make sure that it works just right. We know that players want to test their skill against each other, and the best way to do that is to make sure everyone's equal. So everyone gets the same weapons, everyone gets the weakest weapons in our first version, and they get to just see who's better than the other.
With 320, we're introducing pistol-only elimination, and that will be the arc-like pistol, and it's a personal favorite of mine. It adds increased time to kill, and it came originally from playing with you guys, the community. And at the end of a long session of Star Marine, someone threw out the idea of like, what, can we do like a pistol-only round? And I just had so much fun with that. We ended up playing for at least another hour. So that mode is inspired by that. So for this patch, it's just pistols
Halo,
only, but
Halo
we can change
2.
it up at any point. It's simple parameters.
Used to use Halo, for Halo, you'd use GameSpy.
The weapons team come to us with a new weapon they want to test out, they want to get that analytic data, they want to get the fun factor. We can put it into Arena Commander, whatever that weapon is only, and see how you guys like it.
Picos.
The next experimental mode that we're working on is Gun Rush.
Exactly,
now,
Ryu.
Names
You remember,
are
bro.
Temporary.
You remember
they might
pistols only
change
in
between
Halo.
now and release. But Gun Rush is where you start off with a pistol, and as you get a kill, it upgrades you.
And then with every kill, you go to the next type of gun. You go through LMGs, SMGs,
Some special weapons I won't spoil.
snipers, and even the rail.
And then we've put some surprises in there for whoever gets to the last round. So Gun Rush, as the name might suggest, is super fast-paced. It lets you get your hands on many different weapons as you cycle through them and get some experience with stuff that you hadn't had. For example, I had no idea how to use shotguns.
What
Still
sight
don't
did they
really,
use with
but I'm
that
a
green
little bit better
highlight?
at them
That
now
sight was
thanks to
pretty
Gun
badass.
Rush.
I don't
So
think I've
Gun
ever
Rush
used
is
that
only
sight.
possible thanks to the refactors we've been doing to the spawning and loadout modules. So we can, instead of refreshing your entire loadout, switch out just the gun, and it's super fast. Now, whereas before it was a bit of a clunky thing to do.
Sketch.
In the next experimental mode, we're bringing ground vehicles to Arena Commander, and that is Tonk Royale.
So there's going to be 3 locations for Tonk Royale. It's going to be Hurston, Yela, and Magda. So how it works is simply we have a massive arena, we drop you in on these 3 various maps, and you just go to town. There's going to be 3 versions of Tonk Royale. First is classic elimination deathmatch, respawns, just get as high score as you can. Second is squadron battle. So you
just have
are
a standard
team
BR
versus team
mode,
tanks.
man, where you can do
In squadron battle,
vehicles,
it's super exciting because you can run as just the driver, or you can join one of your teammates and be their gunner. And then the third is still being worked on. Not sure if it's going to be making its release, but
BR mode.
super excited about it. Is
This is
hardcore
Theaters of War.
elimination. So essentially elimination, but you've only got the single life. When a Tumber Storm gets introduced to the verse, we'll be sure to add that to Tonk Royale as well.
Yeah. I like that. And this is Theaters of War, essentially. This is what's going to happen. You know, like they're just basically like focusing on this. Basically, if you heard the intro and you heard the dev talking, he's like, hey, man, we just got to get back to basics. And we're going to do this. And I think that was kind of like an unsaid statement about the death of Theaters of War, in my opinion. That's just me speculating, but that's kind of how I'm taking it.
After 320, we'll also be finishing off
This
our
is the
racing
new Sean
refactor,
Tracy.
which allow us to make maps faster and merges PU and AC racing systems together. It's going to be a more streamlined process for us, our designers, and a better experience for you, less buggy on both ends.
This is the new
So with the
Sean
racing
Tracy.
refactor, we've also been working on a betting module, which will let you bet on races. Now,
All right.
we haven't got all of that synced.
Betting module.
Stop! You're not gonna hit me!
Yeah! It's about time. I want to gamble. I want to gamble in the game with some credits. I want to watch some races, and I want to gamble. What's up, noob? How you doing? Yeah, no more Theaters of War. Death of Theaters of War. This is basically, essentially, what they're saying is what I'm gathering, noob.
Off, but
They're just focusing back on Arena Commander, Star Marine, giving you different modes, different maps.
So just like the Persistent Universe, all of these maps, game modes, and features need to have their own individual go no-goes. At the time of recording this, we've got some successful goes for Alpha 320 for the following: the new Arena Commander front end, the new lobby system, the new spawning system which allows for multi-crew gameplay, new def cameras and def recaps, a revamped scoreboard and scoring system, 4 new racetracks for the new Horizon Speedway,
Cool.
Old Vanderval,
Hey,
Record
man.
Memorial, Defford Link, and Halloran Circuit.
It's a lot of work.
In addition to the 4 PU racetracks, the Snake
We
Pit,
want Battle Royale
Miner's
mode.
Lament, Yadar Valley, and Icebreaker, the Jericho Station dogfighting map, Security Post Curator with dogfighting and FPS maps, the new Pirate Swarm Final
What's
Wave
our cap?
Capital Battle,
What's our caps here?
the new Echo 11 elimination map, and new experimental
great.
game modes like
Listen,
single
listen.
weapon elimination, Gun Rush, Tonk Royale, elimination and squadron battle versions, and finally a new Infinite Wave
Right,
Vandal Swarm you'll discover for yourself. So that
Okay.
about does it this week. I'm so excited to share all these cool developments with Arena Commander.
Okay, so here's the thing. What's our caps? Are the caps the same old caps that we're accustomed to? Are we going to have the same problems with desync? Are they going to put dedicated servers to this? There's a whole bunch of questions that I have. The problem is this. if we get into these modes with all new maps and, these new modes, great that they put this work into it, but are we still going to have desync issues? Or is it still going to be a mess? Is it still going to be janky? I think not. I think it would be smart for them to invest into dedicated servers for these so that we can have great experiences and give us, like I said, I think this is all a chess move by Cloud Imperium to keep us satisfied and keep us having our, better experiences while the PU goes through the shit that it's going through, the roadblock that is server meshing, the roadblock that we have in regards to the experiences we get with physics, like all these types of things that we're getting into. I think that this is just them saying, okay, we've got this to do here. We get that you're having bad experiences. We're going to slide you over to these modes here, and let us do this work here that we seem to be up against the wall on. That I would like to see some transparency on personally. I would like to see more being talked about in this regards, and the problems that they are having specifically. What are these problems? Like, can you just share these things with us? I need the details. And if it's like them throwing their hands up in the air going, well, then I'm going to be like, okay, well, here we are. Here's the spot that I knew we would get to eventually. This is where I knew we would get to. And now we're just basically experimenting and trying different things to get past this hurdle, man.
And got the list here. I just want to give a shout out back to Adam, Adrian, Bryn, Corwin, Kirk, Mark, Ricky, Samuel, and Sean and Simon and the Arena Commander feature team. I'm sitting here in front of the camera, but man, the work it's
a lot of work.
That's amazing.
It was a lot of work.
And I just couldn't say no to Jared because he's my dungeon master, and I really don't want him to kill my character.
Hey man, if I can get better experiences and it not be so goddamn janky, I might be up for it. It would definitely help player retention. It would definitely help bringing people into the project. Tech, I like that, dude. Oh God, please, Doug. I hope it's not like that at all. You know what? That scares me a little bit, Doug.
What we learned this week? Well, we learned that changes to FPS maps should make for a more varied experience in Star Marine game modes. That the first ground vehicles are finally arriving with Tonk Royale. And that we hope the new experimental modes will function not unlike dynamic events for the Persistent Universe, where they can provide timed, direct experiences the team can use for analytics and feedback from things as small as a single pistol, to a brand new vehicle, to even curious experiences like Gun Rush, and a few more things that we're not quite ready to share just yet. Also, if you missed last week's show, go check that out and see everything else that's coming your way from the new Arena Commander feature team in the upcoming Alpha 320. There's some fun stuff in there. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for exploring the process of game development with us, and we'll see you all here next week.
Actually, it would never be a reboot and never actually happen. Now, here, listen. We'll watch the end because you guys are always telling me I don't watch all the way through the end. Let's see. Is there anything special here on the end? Oh. Wow, he's very serious here. It's like a study. This is what he does after the show.
There isn't going to be a post-credits thing in every show.
There should be, though. There should be, because, for the amount of money that we've all put into this, there needs to be, Jared, and that's just professionalism. That's how that works. Now, the other thing that I would like to say, Jared, is on this. Okay, now, I'm not quite sure about the plants around the sim pit, but if you want to do things professionally, you can go over here. You can go into my server, and you can look at this DG section. And somewhere in here, I think Noob shows us all how to do it correctly. I saw him post his area, his game land, the dream. Okay, you see, Noob doesn't have any fake plants.
Yes, sir. You're not gonna hate me.
Jared, your sim pit does not need plants. Obviously, we can see how it's done correctly here by Noob. Everything is clean, slick, stylish. No fake ferns anywhere. No fake palms. We don't need that. We're gamers. We don't need that foliage. around our sin pits. We like our sin pits to stand out there, shining and gleaming, as Nubifier has portrayed for us right here. Plants are for eating.
Yes, you're not gonna eat me. Yes.
Exactly. Now listen. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're seeing this as a highlight, remember, this is one of the best places to be live, so try and get here. But if you couldn't, we understand. So please press the like button on YouTube and get us pushed out there to the masses. We appreciate those that are watching. And now it is time for the after party mode. Yeah. Like, I love that. I thought of that the second I saw the foliage. I was like, what is going on here? This is how it needs to be done, for God's sake.